how did we get to where we are now? Now we can discuss who's right and who's wrong. But I shouldn't expect people to agree with me.
When it comes to doing something like this, I've done I'll do a podcast or I'll speak up front. Sometimes I'll get told that I come off as a know-it-all or maybe even passive-aggressive sometimes. And I guess my question would be, what's your advice in regards to presenting it without coming off as rude or passive-aggressive?
How would I know that? I'm from New Jersey. I mean, come on. I don't know what you mean. Well, I just think that sometimes people will ask me, particularly on a college campus, if a young person gets up to the microphone and they're a little bit hostile or disrespectful or they don't agree, why am I patient with them? Because why should I expect somebody who's, say, 20 years old to agree with me? When I was 20, I didn't agree with my 60-year-old self, right? We're all on some sort of journey, changing our views as we grow. Hopefully, we're spiritually growing toward Jesus. And Paul said, before I became a Christian, I was an insolent and arrogant man, but Christ showed me mercy. So we just need to keep that in mind when we're talking to other people who don't hold our views. We have to keep in mind that why should we expect them to agree with us? They don't agree with me and I don't agree with them. So who's right and who's wrong isn't really the issue. How did we get to where we are now? Now we can discuss who's right and who's wrong. But I shouldn't expect people to agree with me. So you just have to keep that in mind. And as I said earlier, evangelism is just one beggar showing another beggar where the food is. If you're not praying for people that disagree with you, you're missing the point. If you're not, how many people in here, I don't care what your political views are. If you're a Republican or conservative, how many of you have prayed for Joe Biden? Okay. If you're a Democrat, how many of you had prayed for Donald Trump? Poor Trump.
I know.
You should pray for people that disagree with you. You should pray for your enemies. Right. You want people, even people that hate you, you want to pray for them.
Right.
If you're angry all the time and you're showing that's not, you can be rightfully angry. Right. In fact, Jesus was, and Paul even says that. But you're angry because people are sinning and are hurting other people, but you want them, because they're made in the image of God, to repent, and you want them to know the truth. You don't want to demonize opponents. In fact, a friend of mine who was a United States Navy SEAL was on a podcast once, and someone in the military was asking him questions, how did you psych yourself up to get into battle? And he said, one thing I wouldn't do, and I don't recommend any of you do, is that you look at the other side as demons. That you dehumanize the other side, because if you do that, first of all, that could lead to atrocities, and secondly, that's going to hurt you as well. That's right. Don't demonize the other side. All right?